Okay. Hello, my YouTube family. I have a chance to do this right now, so I'm going to. It's time for our Tuesday review. If you guys like to see more of my reviews, hit that like button. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. And, yes. And also, just warn you guys, spoilers ahead. Okay? Alright, I want to talk to you guys about tonight's episodes of NCIS Bull at NCIS New Orleans. In tonight's episode of NCIS was talking about, which the title was called The Wall, and before you guys go hit that dislike button, no, this nothing have to do with Donald Trump, okay? If you guys don't know that there is something that was known as the War Memorial, and it's a huge wall of names who have served our country. So that is where everybody's being confused about this. And throughout this whole entire episode was to try to find out of a case of what happened to a murder and a veteran who is in fact was involved into this, who was kind of being mean to Clayton Reeves throughout the whole entire episode until he didn't realize what was the thing that was kind of upsetting him. Was he felt that he got disrespected because during the time, Ames, not like how we are today, during the time there are a lot of people, very disturbing people, who did not appreciate what they're doing, and they spit on them. And even though to this day, if you ended up spitting on them, you could get faced into a lot of trouble. I mean, seriously. But anyway, the whole entire episode was mostly about of this and trying to find out who was responsible for the murder of this person. And I guess he was an officer who was helping out. And not to mention, there was another murder that connected to it. Turns out that it was this woman, and who used some kind of, it was using formaldehyde to kill them. So, yeah. So, and throughout to the ending of the episode, which I'm very surprised how Clayton did, was he did something very noble in the end. Anyway, now besides that, what else? Alright, so in Bull, Jason and his team end up in a case of dealing with the Ponzi's. Sort of, it's kind of almost a Ponzi scheme, but instead of it was just a stock scam, which was happening. And I guess during this time of the situation with Benny, who is in complete and utter danger of being thrown in jail, he actually ended up trying to be flirtatious with one of the actually the woman who presented the situation, who was actually a 5th grade teacher for Chunk's nephew. And I'm like, sheesh. But it goes from that to how do I put this? Goes from that situation to like craziness. But apparently, so, and even though he got the money won, it was crazy. Now, I don't want to speculate this, but I heard there are rumors out there that, use my mother's phone. She's never gonna, she'll have to forgive me on this, because I'm gonna have to look it up. And I can't stop doing the recording to do it on my phone, so I'm using hers instead. Now, I'm not sure what's going on with Bull, but there's a possibility. I don't know what's going on, but there's been spoilers that may contain tending towards the ending of season 1, and which is something have to do with Freddie Rodriguez's character who played, Benny. That's the actor who plays him. They may. I don't know if this is legitimately true. I've been looking at through the tweets that somebody is going to be joining, and either is going to be, I don't know what's the deal with that, but we'll be joining Bull for towards the ending of season 1, and we'll be in for season 2. So I'll look into that and probably talk about that first thing tomorrow when I get up. We'll find out what the heck's going on. Now, what else is going on? Okay, so we got to that. Alright, now we're going to talk about the other one, which is about NCIS New Orleans. The episode was about a situation of a virus, which ends up the episode is they find out there were Chinese were involved, but somebody ended up killing the Chinese to not finding out who put them up to this. And it turns out there's somebody who's doing this, and it turns out to be a killer. Or the same killer who killed Javier Garcia, and is connecting to her to connecting the killer to Hamilton, and Hamilton is still he's still trying to cause trouble. So the whole entire episode was about a virus going on, and it was kind of crazy. I nearly freaked out when I saw that mouse. I'm like thinking about what happening to our house. So anyway, so my thoughts so it was kind of a crazy episode of how it went, and the only person who got infected at this virus was Loretta, and it was up to Sebastian to save his friend from being murdered. Actually, almost being murdered, died from. But Sebastian would really do it. He would if he didn't get the antidote, he would really kill that guy. But instead, somebody who killed that guy, had to be working for Hamilton. Or, in the matter of fact, it could be revealed that Hamilton could do the dirty work himself. But then again, that would be too weird. So apparently, they're going to end up finding out what is going on with the they're going. It's every. I'm pretty sure about nearly the next every. I'm probably sure in episodes until leaning into the season finale, which I don't know yet. Actually, I don't know when the season finale is for all three. Yet. I'll probably get back to you when that's gonna be happening. But I'm pretty sure I'll be revealing if the season. And upon the season's finale, so we'll find things are going to go down. So that's what I'm just saying. So anyway, thank you for guys watching this. If you guys look at this and you're thinking I'm going crazy, I will leave the links down in the description down below once the videos get up there. And on top of that, I will we'll talk to you guys, I guess, tomorrow. I'll see you guys then. Bye.